Hello again, welcome back to the channel, nice to see you again. Just wanted to do a quick update video today on this tank. So yeah, I want to talk about this tank today. You saw me set this up a few weeks ago, a few months ago possibly. We'll have a look at the tank in a little more detail shortly, but ultimately it's annoying me slightly. So this is my desk area, this is where I sit and I do my job, my work usually, when I'm working from home. It's my home office. And as much as I love the pink and purpley colour scheme of it, it's not quite fitting in with the rest of the aesthetic in my office. But also, I don't work here every day, so I'm often away from home quite a lot. And if you remember, when I set this up, I had to retrofit a light for it, and I got this LED light, which is a full spectrum LED light. It does its job great. I'm seeing good growth in the plants. I'm not seeing any algae issues or anything like that. And you can cycle through blue and reds and greens. But with a timer, unfortunately it doesn't work with a timer because its default state is off. So when you apply power to it, it stays in the powered off position until you manually press the button. So if I'm not here, I can't press the button, it doesn't get light. So there's no consistency with the light, and it's kind of annoying me now. And also, it just doesn't fit in. So my thought was, because we broke down the Nano saltwater tank, that's free, that can be scrubbed up, that can be converted back into a freshwater tank, and we can use it in this place. There's a few inches space here, there's a few inches space here. That tank is a bit bigger, so it will fit in perfectly. The colour schemes matches, it's black, black, black. The light on that one does work with the timer, it's a little bit bigger. All good, so that's what we're going to do. But first, we'll have a quick look at this, because you remember when we did this video, the series setting this up, it was more about the magic seeds. And the magic seeds you get off Wish or eBay sometimes and things like that. We planted them out. I did a couple of videos on updates to that and showed you a dry start method and how those seeds were coming through. And they really did quite well for a while, but let's have a look now. As you can see, as I bump the camera, there is still some of the plant carpeting the bottom, but there's more of it floating up here. It just is not staying rooted, it's not doing really well. The plants themselves look fine, they're very healthy and green looking, but they're not doing really well up there. So while these plants are doing okay, they've put on quite a bit of growth. The inhabitants themselves, the shrimp, are doing really well. The baby guppies that sneaked in, they're still in there and they're doing okay. But this magic carpet plant is really doing my head in, and if this was a bigger tank, it would probably be driving me crazy because I'm constantly fishing out bits of plant from the water column and it just looks a bit dodgy. So I'll probably get rid of all this when we move it across. But all in all, inside it's done really well. There's been no algae issues. I've had a ton of baby shrimps. Let's see if we can zoom in and see a few of them. So that's it really on that tank. I just wanted to show you what was going on with it and what I thought of the seeds, which ultimately is by all means take your chances, try them out if you want to, or let me know, I can send you some. I've got half a bag I'm not planning on using. But yeah, so I'll break down this tank, swap these ones over, and in the next video will probably be a new tank there for you to have a look at. So I just wanted to give you a quick update on that, but there is one more thing I wanted to show you. Not really an unboxing because I've already unboxed it, but with lots of thanks to Pond Guru, I've got this little contraption which is called a spin stream. Now, what this is for, if you can see in this tank, let me see if I can show you. So this is my saltwater tank. Talked you through this before, but as a quick recap, it's a kind of an internal sump deal that's going on in the back there. And I got this tank second hand. It takes in the filter intakes at that side, it goes up over a few baffles into the final chamber, which then spits a pump back out there. It didn't come with the pump or any of the fittings, so it's kind of cobbled together, and if you look round from the side you can see that it's essentially just a spray bar that I've repurposed, which is fine and all, but it looks really bad, so I wanted to get something that was a bit more aesthetically pleasing again, and I'd been looking at what they call random flow generators, which will distribute the water around, break the surface tension, all that kind of stuff. And I was just about to buy one, I was just about to pull the trigger on it, but they're not cheap. And I saw a video by Pond Guru who was talking about a project he was doing. So I saw a project he was doing in which he got one of these, and it seemed perfect. So I've not opened this yet, so we'll open it up and have a look. This is where I get the idea is it works on the same principle as a random flow generator, in that you have this little nozzle here, and as you blow into it, if you imagine that's the water doing that. It's quite noisy here, but I'm hoping that it's not going to be as noisy once I get it in there. That I can get a fitting onto the end of that. It comes with a few different sized attachments for stepping up and stepping down. So that'll be a lot more low profile, it'll pop in there, not causing as much intrusion into the tank and not tripping my OCD. So I'm going to try and pop that on and we can have a look and see what that looks like too. There you go, that's it fitted. Due to the magic of me forgetting to press the record button, you'll just have to imagine me fitting it rather than watch it, but you're not missing much. Dead simple installation. Just slotted it onto the end of the hose that comes out of the pump in the sump compartment. As you can see, that just sits there and spins round, changing the direction of the flow. And that was half the price of the, well, it was actually about a third of the price of the random flow generator. I'll stick a link to it down in the description. Got that off of Amazon. And thanks again to Pond Guru for pointing me onto that. Yeah, it's perfect, and I can't hear a peep, so it's silent when it's in the tank. That's it for today. A bit of a random update in the end, but just checking in with a few things. As always, if this is your first time here, please click that subscribe button and let me know what you think in the comments, if you've got anything to say. And I'll catch you next time. Thanks very much for watching. See ya.